Hey, welcome to Virginia Creeping Outdoors. I'm doing a couple videos on the Daiwa Minispin. Did one basically showing how to put it together, take it apart, fished with it, caught some fish. Um, these are great. It's only 4 feet long, 4 feet 6 inches long. They come in a little hard plastic case, and you can even use this hard plastic case as your tackle box. It's got some compartments, and up here, it's got another little compartment. So you have basically in the carrying case a tackle box as well, and with it being a hard case, it does protect your rod and reel. You probably make something more compact than this, but if you combine it with a as a tackle box, you can save some weight. I usually just carry mine in this, so I've got like carrying two things. So if you didn't see the other video, this is what they look like. It's an ultralight. It's designed to cast small baits, light line, and it's just a lot of fun. They're very flexible. I've had it for 2 years. I've got two. They're great for anybody that camps. I don't know, if you're into prepping, it's great gear. If you're gonna bug out or whatever, it's great option for that if you want to have modern equipment without having to improvise. And I don't know, 2 years, I love it. I've got multiple ultralight rods, and this is usually my go-to, and it's my smallest one, which is probably why it makes it my go-to, because it's just more fun. You're catching smaller fish typically, like trout, bluegill, crappie, stuff like that. But it will catch bass, bowfin, anything that swims will bite it, according to whether you throw the correct bait or not. If you want stupid simple fishing, you can just use hook and bobber. Throw a worm on there. Crickets, you can find crickets pretty much anywhere. And on the rod itself, it tells you that it will use 2 to 6 pound line and lure weights of 1/16 of an ounce to 1/4 of an ounce. And when you buy bait, it usually tells you somewhere on the package, not always, the weight. This is 3.8 ounces. I would consider this to be just a touch heavier than what I like to throw. It's within the weight limit. But if you're going for larger fish, bass or something like that, this is a good option, because if you get to these smaller ones with the really tiny hooks, they just don't have the holding power. So there's an assortment of baits you can use, various inline spinners made by Rooster Tail. I don't know if that one probably wasn't. This is one by Rooster Tail. That's my secret weapon. My brother turned me onto these. It's a Rooster Tail. It's brown with a gold blade. Deadly on trout. When everybody else isn't catching anything, this will do it. And you can use any kind of inline spinner made by whoever you want. They've got like an infinite number of patterns for inline spinners, and anything in the water will bite this. I've even had a carp bite one, a smaller one than this, but same pattern, and that was a big fish. You can opt for lead head jig with the soft plastic body, and they also make little tiny crankbaits. There's one, looks like a crayfish. And if you're familiar with rattle trap, they even make some tiny ones. So you can throw some hard plastics, And that one, I guess, is supposedly a, I don't know, a rainbow trout. I don't know. Doesn't matter as long as the fish eats it. But they are very limber. They don't have much backbone. So if you're throwing like a 6-inch soft plastic worm and trying to set a hook, it's probably not going to do it. So I like to opt for something that they're going to just set the hook on themselves. Although I will still give the pole a yank just to make sure. You know, anything with treble hooks on it, you're good. Here's another example. This one is 1/8 ounce. It's just a traditional spinnerbait, and another one of my favorites. And that'll catch a lot of fish. And when you get one of these things, you definitely want to make sure you change the line. Do not use the line that comes with it. It's not unique to Daiwa to use the cheapest line possible when you buy a combo. Usually the line is really stiff and it has more memory than a herd of elephants. So you'll have this corkscrew going all the way down into the water. It's awful. So make an intelligent decision about the line. There's nothing that'll ruin your day quicker than line issues. You'll read a lot of reviews. They'll say it didn't work, the line went all to pieces. It's because the line is no good. Just go ahead and replace it. Don't be cheap. Just assume that what they put on there is garbage. Unless they tell you what they're putting on there as far as the line goes, just replace it. I use Berkeley Trilene, the XL. XL stands for extra limp. They've also got some in the blue package that's XT, extra tough. That's got more line memory. That's more for bass fishing, heavy cover. You don't necessarily want to use that for an ultralight. But this is very limber, gives you good cast, great accuracy for tiny baits. You know, it's a great system. And I love this pole. It's become one of my favorites when I'm using an ultralight. So I don't know what else to tell you, but go out and get yourself one. And don't forget to like and subscribe.